How long can you keep it up?
About half a minute.
Hey Norm, good to have you catch up. First time of the year.
Yeah, brilliant time of the year. It's autumn, the leaves are falling, it's great.
Tell us a little bit about what's happened since the last time I saw you, which was just before Christmas, I think, with a show down here.
Yeah, well, I've been working on our gym, the way I run it, the kind of on my fighters, but particularly on my kids class. We have a kids class, it's the Hamilton All-Stars, or Stormforce All-Stars as we call it in between. And it's going really well. We've got a lot of kids in here between 10 and school leaving age that are doing really well. We've got some really good performing students in here. We have capped it at 20 a class, so we've been reaching those mounts lately, so it's been good. We have a juniors class, it's playing a bit of catch up, but it's, you know, smaller they are, between 5 and 10. It's kind of like, so like a landmine, you know, you've got to watch where you step with those little kids because they can go off. I'm like, oh boy, yep. And the parents feeding them sugar before they get here, not good. Come here. Yeah. I mean, like, in a nice, teaching them how to, yeah.
So is it a rejuvenation of talent that you're starting off with and looking to take right through?
Yeah, pretty much so. I kind of figure in this day and age at school, they need to learn how to defend themselves. And I teach them how to do that, and I teach them how to strike when they need to. And above all, gain confidence. And then confidence is a thing that can be like a little invisible shield that keeps people protected when you know someone's confident and they don't know why. And like, maybe they know they can fight a bit when they've just been schooled to hold back. But the main thing that we teach here is kind of how to defend yourself. And the message comes across to the kids quite well. So I'm quite enjoying that part. I've got some really good talent here. Some boys that can really move, they can glide along that floor. I know they're holding back and kind of like, it's great for me to see, but we're building them up. So we have sparring that is very light. They're not allowed to let everything out the gate. So, but the boys are getting better as they go, so it's good, boys and girls. So.
Yeah, I watched when you put the photo up who is Fighter of the Week or Student of the Week, and that's good encouragement for them as well.
Yeah, I kind of think it comes with the kids have got to attain a kind of a behaviour level that's acceptable, they can be characters. I mean, you don't want it's not a military school, but at the same time it's not a playground. It's kind of like it's a controlled setting to a degree where I let them be them, but at the same time, if too much of them starts coming out, I've always got the trophies over here that they get awarded each week. We started off with a little one, but something happened to those. I think we gave them away at the end of the year. The person who wins the most times each week during the year gets to take away a trophy. So we've got a bigger trophy they get to take it home each week, and the one who wins it the more weeks during the year, they get that trophy. So and it's quite cool seeing their face. Only thing is, I hate seeing the kids when they're all sitting around waiting to know, and they all got that eager look in their face, and I've got one that sits there like this and is like almost like a little prayer and like, please be me, and I'm looking at them going, it's not you, like, I know, and I kind of almost been tempted to give it to him anyway, like no, but
we won't let you be a judge at the fight.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, okay. I can tell who's winning and who's losing, but kind of like with these kids, it's like a pound full of puppies, you know, you want to take them all home, you can only rescue one though, like. But it's like a little bit the same.
That's great. Oh, it's good to know that there's a lot of interest in. Do you think overall, you know, from what you've seen around your gym and other gyms, that the fighting sports are more accepted these days? There seems to be every gym I go to, there's full classes.
Yeah, I think that the more information gets out, the more publicity with the UFC, with gyms like CKB doing well, and not only them, but the other gyms too that are filtered through too, that are producing good fighters. Like, yeah, I think that has a big effect on public, the mindset of the public, and knowing that people fight, and everyone's starting to become a little bit of a fan of whether it's boxing or whether it's kicking or MMA, and you can actually start to like one through watching MMA. You can start to like the guys that do the stand-up and like, oh, okay, cool. The underground's fine and wonderful, and some people prefer it, but the stand-up is good, and the boxing can be good when you've got two exciting guys or girls fighting. It can become entertaining. And I think some people along the line, I might have done it throughout my career, is went in there to win a fight and think, oh, I'm going to do it this way and that way, and I don't become me anymore. I'm just trying to win a fight, and it becomes a little soulless. But the fights where I actually put my heart into it, where I was a bit more emotional, they were my better fights. And whether I won or I lost, like with Sean Sullivan, I lost to him, lost my title to him, but I'd never signed more autographs after a show than that one, and against class opposition. And okay, but I didn't go away crying. I just was happy I put up a good fight. So yeah, and I put my spirit into it. But yeah, so enough about me.
I think, back in our day, if we call it that, it was so long ago, a lot of people still looked on fighters as Neanderthals dragging their knuckles along the ground looking for someone to beat up, but things have changed.
Didn't they? They did. Well, most of us became bouncers. Yeah. Nah, it's kind of, yeah, maybe the concept was a little... People without knowledge will assume different things and always keep something in the back of their mind that they thought, that they learned, and yeah, sometimes I see play wrestling and think that's real, and oh yeah, nah. But I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of smart guys in this game, and the smarter you are, the higher up you'll get. I mean, you don't have too many dumb guys at the top level. I don't know of any dumb guys at the top level. Although I'll hold back on that one. Nah. I might be one. No, I never got to that level. But yeah, so don't judge me. Know me before you judge me. Right?
Tell us a little bit about, you've got the kids coming through. What about your fighters and your fighters classes?
Yeah, well, I've slowed down a little bit with trying to produce fighters. I've got some good guys in here, but I've always been a little bit easier on my fighters and demanding, okay, that they go running every day. I mean, I did it. All my club mates did it from day one. I used to do it anyway. I hated running, but I did it. Why? Because I wanted to win a fight. And I didn't want to lose. If I was going to lose, I didn't want to lose because I gassed out, and I don't ever remember a fight that I gassed out badly more than another guy. And I didn't remember throwing punches and going after 1 or 2 rounds. It's like, I always train, and 3 times a day is not a bad thing, but you've got to have the time and the motivation. You've got to want to do it. And with my fighters, if you don't want to go for a run, I don't want you fighting out of the gym. And it's kind of like simple. So I've had 3 fights on this year. You won 2 out of 3. And I'm not in a hurry to put my guys back in the ring unless they do as I ask them to do. So I've pegged it back a little bit, and I'd be happy just to teach people how to defend themselves. I don't have to be a fighting gym, although, I love it, but it's not. I won't train people who don't do as they're asked to do, because how can I go and back them in a corner when I know they've got no gas tank? And everyone knows what their weakness is. It becomes a thing where you watch a certain fighter for long enough, and you're going to know, you're going to know what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are, and then there are plenty of smart trainers out there who know their stuff. They don't have to all live in Auckland or wherever. They've got very good trainers all around the show. That's why there's so many good fighters here. And then So yeah, sorry, I get a bit carried away, but I think that's the way I think.
Tell us, you've always run a couple of shows a year. Are you still in the promoting business?
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a bit of a rest, but at the moment I can't find one of my boys a fight, and he's had 2 fights withdrawn, and that he was due to fight in just nearly a week's time, just over a week, and another for about 5 weeks after that, and their fights are falling over, and I can't get them a fight, so I thought I'm going to put on a fight of my own, and you know, that's the trouble we have here in New Zealand to some degree, is when you put on a show, you come up with a show, you put a show on a week before someone else's or 2 weeks before, and we try not to upset local gyms, and because there's only so much of an audience, but I think all of us can put shows on to fill up our places, but getting fighters to come to our show was also got to get them from here and there. You drain the resources, and then you got to start picking up people where you don't really want this one or that one, or no, the levels are just too far different, but you put them on anyway, and this guy's going to kill that guy, but well, not figuratively, but you know that someone can beat someone. That's not a fight. It's kind of
You want 50-50.
Yeah, well, you know, if you get someone putting up their hand at the last minute and you pat them on the back, you know, I did that a lot of times being that guy, but it shouldn't always be like that for particular fighters. But yeah, I think we're going to put on a show in the next couple of months, and I don't really mind. I'm going to put one on for my boy, and I got one in particular I want to put it on for, but I've got a number of them here who are. They're nearly ready. They're nearly fully baked. I mean, I don't want to put them in too soon. And a lot of people, I listened to Eugene Bareman with your interview the other day, and it resonated with me, and I kind of took it on board for myself. He said that some trainers are a bit too conservative of putting their fights in, and they pick, and they're a little bit conservative, and I can imagine how he would be in a position of having to match this one, that one, and how he could become tight and conservative too if he let it. But yeah, so for me, yeah, I got to let go of the reins a little more and allow my fighters to fight their fight. Not because I've been on here just a game for a couple of years now, and I think a little too hard and rigid. I want to control their path a little much, maybe. Sure, I want them to win, but like Eugene said, amateur fights are there for learning. You either win or you learn or you lose. It's like either way, you know, you're going to progress. So you can't get better unless you know what's wrong, and you put them in a fight, you're going to find out. And if you didn't already know, okay. So I'm going to take my hands off those reins a little bit, loosen up a little bit, not take them off altogether, but I'm going to start putting my boys into fights when they do as they're asked, which I don't know. I need to get Eugene down here and have a word to them, because they don't listen to me too much. Yeah, in the corners, yeah, there's a painted on, but nah. That's cool. I've got a pretty good bunch of boys now, but a lot of grassroots, just learning types that I would put in for the first time. I had a couple of boys I put in for the first time a few months back in a Rhino show when I had a couple of good wins and a loss, so it's like I'd let them be them, and they went out there and they put on a doozy of a fight. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's kind of, crowd-pleasing fights, all of them, so it was good.
Well, that's great, and let us know when that date is, when you put your show on.
Thank you, Tony. I'll definitely let you know. You will be here. Yeah, I know you will be. Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, Robin.
Cheers. All good?
Yeah. Do you want a coffee or something?